Muslim women are oppressed. That's not true. That's a lie. I married a Muslim woman. I'm oppressed. It's hard to be a Muslim community because you can be anything else in this community. Allah made me a doctor. Alhamdulillah. Allah made me a lawyer. MashaAllah. Allah made me funny. Astaghfirullah. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, everybody. You're just seeing clips from my comedy special, Love Supreme and Anatomy of Gratitude. I'm Preacher Moss, and I'm asking you to help send me to prison. My hope and call to action is that we distribute the film to prisons around the country and put smiles on the faces of the incarcerated and the invisible, Muslim and non-Muslim. Along with that, your donation will fund grants to trained returning citizens for IT jobs and support them and their families. I'm Preacher Moss. Help send me to prison. Hey everybody, Assalamu alaikum. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button and the notify button so you know when you're getting new episodes, and we just want to grow this project. I thank you in advance. Without further ado, let's get it rolling. The ShOUT Show. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, everybody. How you doing, family? This is your brother, Preacher Moss, host of the SOS ShOUT Show. This is the COVID-19 edition of the Friday Funnies. Quick note, we have Sister Amanda Santiago, who is tuned in, but she won't be able to stay for the show. Sis, we hope you're feeling well. Thank you for dropping by. We appreciate that. Let me go to the normal protocol because I have a lot of stuff to get through today. You know, it's Friday Funnies. First of all, if you're coming on the show for the first time, welcome. We appreciate you coming and stopping and spending a little bit of time with us. We need that. We need that community feeling. We need that laughter. We need that we can get through this thing type of feeling and attitude. That's number one. Number two, now that you're here on the show, you are officially part of the ShOUT Show family, the ShOUT Show soldiers. What does that mean? It means that you're part of a very eclectic and special group of people that come here to have fun and enjoy themselves. We talk about a lot of issues, some funny, some serious, you know, but that runs the gambit of human emotion. We're not always laughing all the time, because you're laughing all the time, something's wrong with you. So outside of that, listen, do us all a favor. If you don't mind, click the subscribe button, click the notification link. If you like the show, click the like button. If you like the show, tell other people about it. It's all right. Listen, we have we're proud to have you. Okay, thank you for news people. For my stars in the building, and I always run through my stars in the building. I hope you guys don't mind. You know, as long as we have this amount of stars, this is going to work. If a bunch of people tune in, that's going to be pretty much it. But I am blessed to have a special group of people that just drop by the show, hang out, send good vibes and things like that. I'm going to run through them really quickly. First of all, we have the chef. I'm going to call her Rita Chef. Craft Services. What's going on, Sister Reed? So proud to have you on the show. Hope all is well. I hope you're feeling better. I've been worried about you since you got back from that trip from Michigan. So I hope you are feeling better. Okay, guys, and we're going to talk. We're going to talk. Also, I want to give a shout out to Miss Eleanor, the Angel's Angel, always hanging out with my mom, taking care of Miss Mary Moss. I know y'all are having a good time and enjoying each other. And I'm so proud that you guys you get to just hang out. It's fun to watch you too. Thank you, Miss Eleanor, for everything you do. Sister Santiago had the good Islamic temerity and adapt to stop by the show just to wish everybody a happy weekend. Have a great weekend. Sister, you have a great weekend too. I appreciate that. And again, we're going to move down the line here. We have Sister Satana, our consultant producer, a soldier, if you will. She is a soldier, if you will. She's the female FOI. She keeps this whole show going, brothers and sisters. You think it's just me? It's not me. It's that sister that keeps me organized, motivated, and focused for the most part to be able to bring these shows. Because you can't do how many shows is it? She actually has the right amount of shows. I always give the wrong amount of shows. I said show number 216. It might be 240. But that's what you need, somebody to keep you in check. Sister Satana, we appreciate you coming on the show. And condolences for the loss in your family. I know who you're talking about, and may Allah forgive her bad deeds, give her accept the good deeds, and give us the highest level of paradise. That's real. That's real talk. Altaf, all the way from Toronto, the big T.O. Thank you so much, Altaf. One of these selections I have for you during Friday Funnies is just for you, because I don't even think you've seen this guy before. But this is a guy I saw when I was a kid. I loved him. Now, I can't say that about every comedian I saw. But when I was a kid and I saw this guy, I lost my mind as a kid. I mean, it took me so far back. I went through things today because I felt like for Friday Funnies, there's some things we're going to go through. What you used to laugh at when you were a kid. What you used to laugh at when you were in church. What you used to laugh at when you saw people who are nightclub comedians. Okay, I'm going to give a shout out all the way from Charlotte, Sister Sakina Majahid. Thank you so much, sister. She's wishing everybody greetings and well wishes. Thank you so much, sister. We appreciate it. And across the pond, my sister, how does this thing function without Sister Rabina, our unofficial research department, sending me all kinds of good stuff, great stuff. Sister Rabina, I'm going to be using some of that next week. I found a couple of things, particularly about vaccinations, that I'm actually going to talk about next week. So thank you for sending that material. You are appreciated. And also from Indonesia, we have Sister Aika tuning in, part of the Indonesian crew, and honestly, very nice person, a true foot soldier. Thank you so much for coming on the show as well, Sister Aika. Now, brothers and sisters, let's get to this whole idea of Friday Funnies. Let me ask this question before I even go here. Have you ever seen something, you've been out with your mom and your dad, and you saw something, and kids' humor is pretty basic. It's body parts, strange sounds, and when somebody kind of hurts themselves. Now, when we were kids, brothers and sisters, when we were kids, the rule was if somebody hurt themselves, as long as they weren't dead or bleeding, you could laugh at it. That was the rule. You remember those rules? I remember I was playing football with my brother Rick. We were playing football with my brother Rick, and I threw a pass to Rick, and Rick laid out to catch it, and he ran into a parked car. Now, most people go, oh my God, it's stuff of the law. But when you're 11 and 12, that is the funniest thing. Let me say it. The funniest thing you've seen before. Just to look on his face, we realized the car wasn't going to move. That was hilarious. Now, because of political correctness, we cannot laugh at these things. Stuff for law. No, we're so religious. We're so pious. Look, I don't care. Funny is funny. And I love it when I see a young Muslim kid or a young Christian kid watch somebody get hurt, and as long as they're not dying, they laugh because it's funny. But doggone it, I'm bringing it back today. For this COVID-19 edition of Friday Funnies, someone sent something to me. I'm going to tell y'all something. I'm a grown man, but I had to indulge the child in me to laugh at this thing. Let me say it again. I'm a grown man, but I indulged the child in me to laugh at this thing. And I made the dua that he was okay. But before I made the wall, I had to start laughing. Oh my goodness, hold on. Stop the presses, everybody. Stop it. We have one of my sisters on right here. Sister Janet Tuff, all the way from Seattle, Washington. Sister Tuff, so good to see you. Thank you so much for coming on the show. I'm giving you a shout out right now. This is an awesome sister. Whenever I go out to Seattle, she comes out to the show. The last time it came out, she was not feeling well, but here's the beautiful part. She sent her friends to the show, and I tried to make sure that they had a good time. Oh, this is my classmate right here, Enrique Rashid. Enrique, are you still over in Indonesia? Because Sister Ike is over in Indonesia, Jakarta, a place called Depok. But my man Enrique Reed, I've been knowing him for a long time. Good brother. He and I were classmates at Bayon. Enrique got his act together and decided to graduate before me. Enrique, I'm coming out this year. Please make dua for me. A good dude, man. An excellent community brother. So look, if you have a problem laughing at certain things, this might not be the show for you. The first clip I'm going to show is probably for the child in you. So the adult part in you, please somehow take it and move it out. But for the child part in you, you're going to have to indulge because sometimes stuff is just funny. When you see people who look like they are expert at something and then you realize they're not experts, that's funny. When you see somebody who you think is a stone cold so-and-so, and then you see something, a small crack in their character, makes you think, maybe not. I'm going to say, and I'm going to show it. My first one was sent to me by my main man, Umar Hakim. Now, Umar sends me stuff. I don't even think he saw me. I just saw it. I'm sorry, brothers. This is funny. Now, we're going to make the water the brothers okay. Okay, we're going to make the water. And I'm sure after his concussion cleared up, he was in good shape. But sometimes funny is funny. Sometimes you have to say, stuff from love. Sometimes I tell the devil, right then, I'm like, hey, listen, you won this one because I'm getting ready to laugh. Because it's a choice between me laughing and having a stroke trying to hold it in. I'm gonna go with the laugh. Like they say in the church. You just know my heart. All right, here we go. So my first one up, brothers and sisters. I gotta bring it up. It is what it is. But I'm here to tell you, this joint cracked me up. Here we go. Pay attention. Here it goes. John's not okay. John's not okay. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, folks. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I thought he was a serious karate dude. He had the nunchucks, but when he jumped and he didn't stick that landing, I'm sorry, that was kind of funny. Now we're gonna make the wild for John and hope that he's okay. Look, I'm not going to hell alone. Look, people. Poor John. It's just the people after they know he's not okay. They're like, John, are you okay? I'm like, John is concussed. He can't hear anything. All right. So I'm just saying. Now, this is for people, because I know I talk a lot about the Muslim community and our creativity. I thought it'd be funny if maybe we broaden the scope. And so I have this for my mom and Miss Eleanor and Reed, who may not be Muslim, but they're Christian, they're believers. So that's just as good. So I came up with this one, brothers and sisters, because I thought this was pretty funny. I'm thinking of maybe doing this one myself, but I'm going to give an A for creativity, and I'm going to give an A for execution. I don't know how much time this man had to think of this, but it is funny. Hold on. Here we go.
each and everywhere. Starbucks edition. Yes, I'll take a tall, non-fat, extra hot, vanilla chai tea latte, please. Would that be all right? Would that be all right? Thank you.
Safe care that
can't wait. I'm sorry, folks. Some stuff just cracked me up. I love that. I'm thinking of doing that myself. Because you know what? Religion is getting too tight these days. You know, I know we're in the middle of a pandemic and things like that, and people making everything so black and white. What happened to the gray? Because sometimes in the gray, you can make that laugh. You can have that laugh. You know, when I was a kid, my mom will tell you, I was a kid, I got into stuff. Like when I was young, you know, when I was young, I had a thing when I was a kid. This is true story. I love stockings. Like when I was 3, I loved stockings, like the texture of stockings, like women's stockings. I have no idea why. But all I know is, you know, I would just, whoever, I'd see stockings, my mom would let me play. But the problem is, when we go out in public, I see stockings and it'd actually be on people. And I'd be walking up pulling people's stockings. My mother would be like, boy, will you stop? And I was like, my mother was like, boy, you got a problem. You know, but my point is, my mother understood, you know, it was funny to a point, you know, then you have to stop. You have to stop. But you have to allow people to have a little creativity. Now, I normally don't do this. And I've brought a lot of comedians on before. I showed you guys Mantan Moreland and Nipsey Russell. I showed you Richard Pryor. I showed you Dick Gregory. I've showed you Michael Jr. I've showed you Sinbad. I showed you a whole lot of comedians. I showed you me. One of my favorite comedians, brothers and sisters, is a guy named Timmy Rogers. Now, some of you might have seen Timmy Rogers before. If you are, I want to say if you're under the age of 50, you probably haven't seen Timmy Rogers before. Timmy Rogers was a guy, when he walked in the room and did comedy, he just made the whole room light up. He could sing, he played an instrument, he had a character, he had a tag phrase. Enrique, you know Timmy Rogers, right? You know what I'm talking about. What about you, Sister Janice? Does anyone know who I'm talking about? I want to test my audience. When I say the words Timmy Rogers, does anyone know who I'm talking about? Satana, do you know who I'm talking about? I think I'm striking out with everybody. I think I'm the oldest person on the show right now. But Timmy Rogers was in that group of people who were amongst the first of black comedians that were allowed to actually speak directly to a white crowd. And he was talented. I mean, he was a guy he was on Red Foxes. He was on Sanford and Son a couple times. Oh, man, if I got on nose, how do I get on nose? I'm going to change that. I'm going to change all those no's around. You know why? Because I'm about to treat you guys to Timmy Rogers. He had a catchphrase. Now, I'm going to show this clip. And at the end of it, I want everybody to put in his text, his catchphrase. Can you do that? Oh, yeah, it is. Sister Janet's like, no, I am older. Okay, I forgot Sister Janet. Okay, only about 15 minutes. But here's my deal. Here's my challenge. I want everybody to watch Timmy Rogers and figure out what his catchphrase is. This is like your comedy 101 class. Figure out the one phrase from him that you can remember. And you can use it in your own lives and things like that. People don't remember Timmy Rogers. But this dude was hysterical. When I say hysterical, okay, Enrique, everybody's got me. Okay, people are cheating now. Sister Tough, you can't go on Wikipedia before I show the video. You can't tell anybody. That's right. Enrique is older. Okay. Don't go on Wikipedia. Don't pay attention to Sister Janice. You're being a bad role model, Sister Janice. I'm just kidding. I'm going to show Timmy Rogers. Now, I told you guys at the top of the show, there was some comedians who are out there. They're real goofy, like Red Skelton, and you didn't understand what they were talking about, but they didn't make you laugh. This guy made me laugh, my father laugh, my grandmother laugh, my grandfather laugh. We would sit around and wait for Timmy Rogers. I was always heard that I can never find a Timmy Rogers album because I'm like, this has to be worth a bunch of money. All right, here we go. Oh, you already went there. Okay. Well, you know what? I'm going to show it. Pay attention, everybody. You can thank me later. Brothers and sisters, Timmy Rogers coming right up.
Everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. Everybody says they'll go right now, but how they lie. They go to church and they pray, but they still keep taking that vitamin A. Everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. No, nobody wants to die. Oh, yeah. Everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. And I just can't die right now. I'm too poor to die. Oh, yeah. Money, money, money. Everybody wants money. And you know, money is the root of all evil. And I'm trying to find those roots. Oh, yeah. People like Bing Crosby, the Vanderbilts, the Rockefellers, Bob Hope, Ella Fitzgerald. You think they're happy? Oh, yeah! But they have their problems because the more money they make, the more taxes they got to pay. They're in a very high tax bracket. I was home last night trying to figure out my taxes for this year. And after figuring it out, I got two words to say to you. I'm broke. Oh, yeah! You see this suit? 3 years old. You see the pockets? Brand new. Oh, yeah. And they have a new kind of a tax blank now where they ask you 3 questions. How much did you make? Where's it at? Send it. And they have what they call an estimated tax blank too. This you got to guess how much you're going to make, figure it out, sign it, and send it in. Well, I sent mine in too, but I didn't sign it. No, I figured if I had to guess how much I'm going to make, let them guess who sent it in. And they did. Oh, yeah. You know, some people think that money will buy everything. Well, it won't. It won't buy poverty. I know, because the last time we got evicted, wasn't nobody in my house working. The lights and gas was cut off. No food in the icebox. No coal in the bin. My brother had the measles. My dog had pneumonia. January, snow outside in the ground 5 feet high. And we got put out for not paying our rent. And then came a depression. Oh, yeah! But nobody wants to die. No, nobody wants to
I'm sorry. No, nobody. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. All right. We got Ahmed. What's going on, brother? I hope you got to check out Timmy Rogers, man. One of my favorite comedians. I'm a Shahid out of Houston, Master Ward Dean. My little baby brother, not little baby brother, JT, what's going on, brother? Assalamu alaikum to you. Yes, everybody want to go to heaven, but nobody want to die. Oh yeah. I'm gonna do that. Oh my gosh. This dude, even my mother climbed. I'm gonna tell y'all something. My mom said something to me one time, and I did like this. I said, oh yeah. And my mom was like, ow. It was worth one time. Altov got it. Oh yeah. All right. No, he was not. He wasn't Little Kid in Little Rascals. Good observation, Reed. But like I said, sometimes things just make you laugh. Some things make you laugh. I remember, oh my gosh. So I got to collect myself. I remember one story. This is a true story. My grandmother used to, she'd go to these revivals, and every once in a while I get caught uptown. And you have to go with her to one of these like revivals. And I was like, I can't believe I got to go. And I remember they had a guy who would do the snake oil thing, but he called it anointing oil, the anointing oil. And you tell everybody, get this anointing oil. It would do, and he would do this fire trick with the anointing oil. It would make you think that he was immune to fire. And I remember that he wasn't paying attention. And he set his sleeve on fire, and he was talking. He looked at his sleeve on fire, and I yelled out, "Use the anointing oil!" to put it out. But I mean, why can't we laugh anymore? But what happened to the point you could just? Why can't we be like Timmy Rogers? Oh yeah! Why can't we all just be like Timmy Rogers? Let it out a little bit. There you go. There we go. Everybody's got the. Here you go. I heard a statement last week. Everybody wants to go ahead. Yes, that clip is from the Jackie Gleason show. And Janice, that is one of my favorite lines that you have. Money can buy everything, but it can't buy poverty. So even then, in his own way, he had these little social statements, and I don't know, you might not like him. It might not be your flavor. But that guy, man, think about what you just saw. That was a guy that really, really, really enjoyed what he did. And he was one of the people. I met another comedian before, old school comedian. I told you about him. His name was Nipsey Russell. And I asked Nipsey Russell, I was like, who's a comedian that really makes you laugh? Who really makes you feel good about coming to a show? And he said, all the regulars, he said, those guys are good. You know who he said was one of the best comedians to ever do it? Timmy Rogers. Oh, yeah. So, in conclusion, brothers and sisters, for Friday Funnies, whenever you're feeling down, the world's not going correctly, vaccines aren't there, Trump's still trying to be president, whatever the economy's doing, Congress shuts down, I've given you one thing you could say to just make things feel better, just a little bit better, just a little bit better. And it doesn't have to be into relationship of anything. The world, religion, nothing. 2 words. Oh, yeah. All right, everybody. That's Friday Funnies. I hope everyone else is off to a great weekend. I appreciate you. Listen, I don't know what's going on in the world or why it's going on in the world. I know what's going on in the world. I don't know exactly know why. But you know what? At some point in time, things work out. And take it from Timmy Rogers. That smile. In the mirror, when you get a chance, just go make sure your smile is correct. That maybe it goes up a little bit higher than what's been going. Maybe you need to practice smiling. When he said, oh yeah, it always showed his teeth. And now he was a sharp dresser too. Now, I'm not going to say any more about Timmy Rogers. I showed you guys him. I can show you a whole lot of comedians, but they ain't going to make you feel like that. He's a true pro and a consummate professional. So for that, brothers and sisters, that's our show for today. That's Friday Funnies, the COVID-19 edition. To the brother who did the karate stuff. Got to work on that, man. You got to stick that landing. I'm sorry, that joint cracks me up every time. It goes all past being an adult a responsible human being. It goes back to that little kid that's 6 or 7 years old. Remember you used to see people walk into plate glass windows? Remember the joy it brought you? That's what it brought me. And then Timmy Rogers on top of it. I think I'm already off to a great weekend. So you guys, thanks so much. Stay blessed. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And despite whatever the world gives you, brothers and sisters, remember, I've shown you something. I have reminded you of something. And that something is actually kind of clear, brothers and sisters. You can just shake it off a little bit. Hold on a minute. Sorry here. A little mistake. There we go. But I just want everybody to have a good time. Enjoy your weekend. Be safe. Be respectful. And hopefully we will see you soon. Inshallah. Take care now. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, this is your brother Preacher Moss. Listen, I hope that you enjoyed your shout out show experience. We'll be back with the next show, the next shout out show. Simple ask before you go, please help your brother out. Click that subscribe